Back to this. If you play football, which is a pretty rough and tumble sport, isn't it part of the equation that you know the dangers? Heather Hansen says players know those dangers. Anahita Sedaghatfar says they have a right to sue. So even though the dangers, Anahita, are obvious, you say they still have a right to sue.
Yes, and I think the NFL is in big, big trouble, and I don't think these cases are going away anytime soon. And now that Dan Marino has attached his name to the cause, I think it's a game changer, and it's adding fuel to the fire here. Because look, we're talking about serious, severe brain injuries. These are, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, dementia. This isn't like a broken arm or a sprained ankle. And ultimately, the issue is, did the NFL intentionally conceal the known dangers, the long-term dangers of concussions? And I think there's evidence to suggest they absolutely did.
All right, we should explain to you that Marino's intention was never to litigate this, but to ensure that in the event he had adverse health consequences, he would be covered with health benefits. I'm sure someone of his stature would be, but the question is whether thousands of other players, Heather, would be. And therein lie, they get Parkinson's disease. Very few, although it's serious enough, get Lou Gehrig's disease, to attach it to what they did in their career, let alone a football career. That might be a tough argument.
There are some causation issues, and that's why they'll have experts coming in. But look, at the end of the day, I don't think that you can assume the risk of sustaining permanent brain injuries here. That's not a risk these players assume. They're being paid millions of dollars because of the skill, their unique skill to play NFL football.
But you don't go into this sport without thinking it's going to be ballet.
Of course. Of course. You think maybe I'll break an arm, I'll sprain a leg, but permanent severe brain trauma, that's not a joke. And you can never assume that risk. And remember what they're saying. They're saying the NFL knew about this. They hid this from us. Not only did they hide it, Neil, they encouraged us to get back on the field and play, even after we're taking hit after hit after hit on the head.
All right, Heather, you're saying they should know.
They are grown here, has said, if you didn't know that your body was not going to be claimed.
I don't think so, Neil. I know you love to blame the lawyers, but in this case, this is not about money grubbing here because, look, ultimately, these are players that have serious injuries. These are injuries they never could have anticipated. No one told them. It was actually hidden from them. Yes, you're talking about Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. These are serious, long-term repercussions.
But you're attaching these diseases or maladies with their days on the field. I know plenty of people who had Parkinson's or Lou Gehrig's disease who didn't play football.
Right, and that's why you do have a causation issue, and that's why you will have experts that will link their diseases to this. And let's not forget, there was a $760 million offer already made by the NFL. Okay, so that shows they're not going to fight this. This is horrible PR. They're going to pay and make this go away. It's a serious issue.
Yes,
Neil, there's a footnote in that decision that by the judge in January that says that she's not even sure that she's going to certify them as a class for exactly the reasons that you point out. There's no causation here. It's going to be very difficult to lump all these people together.
Because the judge said that I agree. $60 million isn't even enough money to cover all of the damages for these players.
The judge sided with the plaintiffs. Is the point.
It is. Do you know I played football and broke my arm?
Oh.
Yeah. No, I didn't sue anyone.
You could sue too.
My own team stepped on my arm.
Exactly.
Because I was running the wrong way.
Did the coaches make you get back in the game?
No, but when my arm got better, they wouldn't let me back in. All right, well, we'll see where it goes, ladies. It is weird, though. It's very, very weird. When we come back, it is not